Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lenette Looks, and on today's video I'll be discussing the two books that I'm currently reading after finishing the Golden Compass. So this week I've been reading Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and this is a play. I was reading this book while also reading the Golden Compass. I didn't really get that far into it just because lately at night I've been going to bed a little later, so my energy levels kind of weren't up to reading for very long in the evenings, but I did manage to get into a good part of it, and now I have started getting into more because I've been going to bed a little bit earlier, so my energy has been higher. So to allow more time to read. That's the thing about reading in bed. Sometimes, I'm tired, and once I start reading, it kind of like puts me to sleep if I'm tired. I've been trying to get to bed earlier so I can really get more into this because I'm trying to read 2 books at a time, like every day. So one during the day and then one during the evening. And so this is my evening book and I'm really enjoying it. In the beginning, I was a little bit not used to the play format. Like I'm used to plays, but I'm not used to reading a play in this as a book. So it's basically a play that I'm reading, and now I'm used to it. It's getting smoother because you have the name and then what they're saying and then the next person's name and what they're saying. It's different. It's definitely different, but it is getting smooth, and now I'm really into the storyline. And what's really interesting is I had no idea the twist that was going to happen with Harry Potter's son. I do not want to give too many details because I don't want to spoil it for any of you that are going to read this. Let me just read you the synopsis that they have here in the inside cover. It was always difficult being Harry Potter, and it isn't much easier now that he is an overworked employee of the Ministry of Magic, a husband, and a father of 3 school-aged children. While Harry grapples with a past that refuses to stay where it belongs, his youngest son, Albus, must struggle with the weight of a family legacy he never wanted. As past and present fuse ominously, both father and son learn the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes darkness comes from unexpected places. And this is based on an original news story by J.K. Rowling, John, Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a new play by Jack Thorne. It is the 8th Harry Potter story and the first to be officially presented on stage. This special rehearsal edition of the script brings the continued journey of Harry Potter and his friends and family to readers everywhere immediately following the play's world premiere in London's West End on July 30th, 2016. I'm very happy that I'm reading it now because I love, just like so many others, are such fans of the Harry Potter series. So I'm happy that I'm reading this one because I have never read it before, especially in this new format. I hope to be finished with this soon, but I don't know, who knows. I have to make sure that I at least have enough energy in the evenings to follow through with getting this done sooner than later because I am enjoying the story. So sometimes at night, if I find myself like really tired and trying to keep my eyes open while reading this, I feel bummed out because I really do want to continue reading. So I am definitely trying to make a firm effort to get to bed earlier. And then I have started I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. And this book, I didn't know how emotional, I haven't gotten too emotional reading this book, but it's definitely heavy. I have been, a little bit teary-eyed. I'm on the chapter 11. It really does dive into, this is an autobiography, if I haven't mentioned it, it's an autobiography. And the things that she goes through, it's really emotional. As a reader, I'm reading it and it's quite heavy. It's hard for me to read stories that have a heavier weight to them. This is not something that you're gonna read and it's gonna be like something, a fun adventure or anything like that. This is a woman's life who definitely, she had a very traumatic, challenging childhood, to say the least. I admire her so much because she managed to rise above it. She's a legend. She became someone of great importance. Everyone knows her story now. You know, most people know who Maya Angelou is unless you've been living under a rock. But she's such a great poet, and she was, you know, she died in 2014. I am happy to be reading her story. It's not something that I can read straight through during the day. Like, I find myself, even if I have time to read more, sometimes I have to put it down because it's like I said, it's kind of heavy. There's certain parts where I'm just like, I'm getting angry and about, you know, it makes you feel the emotions and things that she's going through, and it's not a nice journey. It's very challenging, and to say it lightly. She is a superhero in my eyes. You know, superheroes do exist in real life, and she is definitely one in my book. And it's women like this who make me feel inspired to rise above. You know, it's like, if she can overcome, my God, if she could overcome what she's been through and and turn it around and make such an imprint on the world and life, make something beautiful out of tragedy. She's such an inspiration. Due to its profound suffering, the caged bird sings, both to cope with its circumstances and to express its own longing for freedom. And she definitely, in this book, as a child, and I haven't got through more than halfway. I have yet to get there. I'm just, you know, she's still a young little girl so far. She feels like she is just held captive. And reading that, you feel that. I feel that. This is a synopsis of the book. It says, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is a 1969 autobiography describing the early years of American writer and poet Maya Angelou, the first in a 7-volume series. It is a coming-of-age story that illustrates how strength of character and a love of literature can help overcome racism and trauma. And it was published in 1969. Maya Angelou was an American poet and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is accredited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Wow. She was born in 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri, and she died on May 28, 2014 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. One of my favorite poems of hers is a poem called I Still Rise. It's a poem of strength, of power. It's called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. I don't know if I said that correctly before, but the poem is Still I Rise. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream. It's not easy for me to read this without getting a little emotional. I just got finished reading this book, and I don't know, I'm just really in it. And so reading this poem, it's all right. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. So I am reading this during the day, and I have the Harry Potter one at night. That's pretty much it, you know. Hopefully, I think I should be able to finish this by the time, by this week. I should be able to finish this week, by the end of the week, put it that way. And the Harry Potter, I might still be working on it. It's a longer book. The Maya Angelou book is 289 pages, and Harry Potter, it is definitely a lot longer. It ends at, and the Harry Potter book ends on page 308. Definitely, this one is not that big. So definitely by the end of the week, I should be finished with this. And that's it, guys. That's my update. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new episode. So thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.